Let us look at the topic measurements, and for this video we're looking at the units of length. Now, when you want someone to have an idea how far one object is from another, how far a tree is, or that big fruit tree from a particular rock or hill, or it could be how long to cut a piece of board, you need to have them understand what you're saying without even going to the particular place or looking at the object. Now, from ages ago, persons realized the need to do this. All right? You want to know how far one object is from another, how far you have to walk from one place to another, how far you have to cut an object, or something like that. And you needed certain standard units of length. Now, in those old days, what many governments, many countries, many people did was to standardize unit of measurement based on parts of the human body. In some cases it was the average length of, for example, a finger or an arm or a foot, things like that. In some cases you had a king or an empire, someone measure part of his body and say, as of now you will use this particular unit to measure from one object to another, the distance between objects. Now, you had for example, the width of a finger was once the inch. In some countries it was the first finger, the finger right beside the thumb, from the tip of that finger to the first joint is referred to as the inch. Right? Different countries had their own measurement. For example, in older days, the width of a finger was regarded as the inch. Then you had another measurement. For example, they talk about the cubit. That was from the elbow to the tip of the finger when it was outstretched, the arm was outstretched. The foot, the length of somebody's foot. All right? You had another case where you talk about measuring long distances, and it was considered that 1,000 steps of the average person was referred to as a mile. That's M-I-L. Mil. Millennium means thousand. Mil means thousand. 1,000 millimeter makes a meter. 1,000 years makes a millennium. 1,000 steps makes a mil, and an E beside it, which we call a mile. So, since old days, you had units of measurement of length between 2 points being based on lengths of the human body or human activities. For example, the 1,000 steps making a mile. All right? Now, those are called imperial units of measurement. old units of measurement. And the Americans, they still use the inch and the feet and the yard and so on and so forth. But in many other cases, in many other countries, for example in Britain, they're more leaning towards the metric unit of measurement when they talk about meters and centimeters and millimeters and so on and so forth. Now, talking about those units of measurement, it's important that you have a ruler in order to better understand units of measurement. A ruler isn't very expensive. You should buy one. Buy the 1 foot one. Alright? Now, you do have some that are 6 inches long, but I'd prefer you to have the one that is 1 foot. Shows the full feet. 1 foot is about 30 centimeters. Alright. Now, let's look at a ruler that I found on the internet. Let's look at my ruler here. Where's my ruler? Alright, nice. This is my ruler. Now, as you see, on this side you have the centimeters, and up here you have inches. Alright? Here now, the centimeter. This is 1 centimeter. When you have that 1 centimeter, remember, cent means 100. For instance, cricketer, a batsman hit 100 runs, you say he scored a century. Someone lived for 100 years, you say that person is a centenarian. 100 cents makes $1. So 100 of this makes a meter. 100 centimeter makes a meter. Look at this now. You have this measurement here, which is 1/10 of a centimeter. Now, 10 of that makes a centimeter. If 100 centimeter makes a meter, and 10 of these marks makes 1 centimeter, then 10 by 100, which is 1,000 of this distance here, would make a meter. Remember, 1,000 mean mil means 1,000. Mil means 1,000. So they call this a millimeter. Millimeter. 1,000 years makes a millennium. 1,000 of a meter is a millimeter. Or 1,000 millimeter makes a meter. Alright? Now, suppose I want to measure from here to here. How many centimeters is that? Well, I've covered 1 centimeter plus 1/2 of a centimeter. So it's 1.2 centimeters. And in terms of millimeter, this is 10, 11, 12. 12 millimeters makes 1.2 centimeters. Now up here, these are measurements in inches. Notice, as usual, when you look at any ruler or tape measure, you have 1 inch. Now, the inches are divided into fractions. Not 1/10 as in centimeters, but half, then half of that half, then half of that other half, and so on and so forth. So all of this is 1 inch. If I go from here to here, you notice this is half of the 1 inch. So this is half inch. Then I come here, half of that half. How many is that? Let's see. Let's see how many that is. Now, one of it, 2, 3, 4. So half of half is a quarter. Right? 1/4 of an inch, which is a quarter of an inch. And then here now, we go from here to here. And this is half of a quarter, which is 1/8. Where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of that to make the inch. So from here to here is 1/8 of an inch. And some rulers even divide it further, half of 1/8, and you can see where they mark the 1/16 of an inch. Right? There usually isn't enough space to half the 1/16. But if they half the 1/16, you will get what? You'll get 1/32 of an inch. Right? So this is my ruler. Now let's talk about something that this ruler is too short to see. This is 1 inch. From here to here is 1 inch. When you go 2, 3, and if you go on and on until you count up to 12 inches, you say that is 1 foot. 12 inches makes 1 foot. Alright? Now 3 of those feet makes a yard. Alright. As for the metric side, the centimeters, as I said before, 100 of these centimeters make 1 meter. Then there's a popular measurement, a name for 1,000 of those meters. 1,000 meters make 1 kilometer. Alright? So you use the kilometer to measure the distance between towns or cities. Just like how you'd use the mile to measure the distance between towns and cities, you use the kilometers to measure the distance between towns and cities and so forth. And islands too, and countries. Alright? So that is my ruler, and we spoke about some of the various facts around measuring the distance from one object to another. Alright? So popular units of measurement are the meters, the centimeters, the millimeters, the kilometers, the feet, inches, and the mile. Alright? Now, what we'll do in the next video is look at a measurement that is derived from lengths, and that is called the area. So we'll leave that until our next video. So I'll see you then.